A scooter for rupees 1.41 lakhs on or Mumbai might seem expensive, but really isn't if it's a 150. This is the TVS NTorq 150, which looks absolutely crazy because what is this color scheme? We are used to seeing scooters in either white or black, but TVS is like, we will put all sort of color on your scooter because look at this fluorescent blue, and obviously because this is a TVS, a lot of color treatment and a lot of badging almost everywhere. The wheels are also finished in this fluorescent or neon, whatever you want to call it. The wheels are chintu mintu, 12 inches here, not 14, which is kind of disappointing. Tire size at the front, 180/12 telescopic forks you get here, and front disc is 220 mm in terms of size. At the rear there is no disc, you get a 130 mm drum, you get a monoshock suspension there. The rear tire size is obviously bigger, 110/80/12. Yes, 12 is a bit small here, but the scooter looks absolutely phenomenal. Look at the color scheme. Okay, this is the indicator functioning at the moment, but this is actually the DRL, and it has these quad lights at the front, so projector setup. These are for the low beam, and this is obviously the high beam. So this one is the high beam. TVS logo, India flag, NTorq badging, Smart X Connect, which is obviously the Bluetooth connectivity, TVS iGo Assist. TVS has so many stickers lying around that they even planted one here, 150. NTorq, in fact, NTorq written here, NTorq written here. Beautiful red stitching on the seat, which looks quite premium. Footboard area is actually quite small, says TVS Racing there. How did I miss that? Meanwhile, this scooter has a seat height of 770 mm, which is good for short riders. The ground clearance is 155 mm, which is also fine. It's a scooter at the end of the day. You are really not going to worry about speed breakers here. And they have actually colored the fan in red, which is a nice treatment. Look at the sound. I mean, you can't look at the sound. You can hear the sound. When you open the footrest, has a nice clink to it, which I kind of like as well. This is obviously the exhaust, and most people are going to swap it out to make it louder, I guess. It's running on TVS tires. Duh! Telescopic forks at the front. You obviously get a monoshock at the rear. I think I've already spoken about that earlier, but yeah, the packaging is kind of tight. LED indicators, everything is LED here. Beautiful tail lights here. This is where fuel goes in. Nice grab handle as well for the pillion, and notice this, okay? I think that's the logo for NTorq because you get the Easter egg there as well. I think the scooter looks absolutely phenomenal. You've got under-seat storage, which happens to be 22 liters, which ain't bad. First aid kit as cheap as ever. However, a USB charging socket has been given. This is a USB-A, and they say do not use it unless and until the engine is on. But the position is such, I don't like it. This is obviously the chassis number of the vehicle. TVS badging here. Premium switchgear, very premium. The mirrors seem fine here, but it gets a 5-inch TFT screen from the Apache, which is quite amazing. Let me turn off the motorcycle, or rather the scooter. After looking at this, I'm like, this is a motorcycle. When you turn it on, it obviously has this TVS Racing coming there and a full swipe up as well. Let's turn it on. There it roars to life. Okay, lot of vibrations, single cylinder problems. So first things first, to change the riding mode, all I have to do is press this button, and there we come into race riding mode. Yes, iGo starts there, and then I just press this again to come into street ride mode. Okay, I pressed it twice actually. Vibrations reduce as soon as I turn off from the race mode to the street mode. No, there's still a lot of vibrations. Says please connect to Bluetooth, because once you connect to Bluetooth, it has turn by turn navigation. You can listen to music as well, and then it has Alexa connectivity, smartwatch connectivity, and a lot of other features. Initializing start stop, so the scooter will turn off to save fuel. How much fuel does it save? Like 5 ml probably. Yeah, there it turns off. Geofencing is there. All those things are there when you connect it to Bluetooth, obviously. So the cluster actually looks nice. Let me turn off the indicator. It obviously has hazards as well. Levers are adjustable both for the front as well as the rear brake, and then you have the handbrake as well. Just pull it like this to engage the handbrake. Okay, you have to pull it probably with both the hands. And this is the horn, which is also nice. Some storage space here, no storage space on this side, and then there's a hook here so that you can carry your Sub-Z when you go to the market, obviously. And beautiful control here for the switch gear, so you can browse through a lot of stuff. What can you do? You can come into the menu, for which I think probably I need to turn on this motor scooter, whatever. Yeah, there. Okay, it rests nice and smooth. So let's come into the settings menu. Lap timer has turned on at the moment. There's an odometer here. Nobody wanted the lap timer, but still it has turned on. Lot of information here, but then when you come into the settings, you can change a lot of stuff. So you can change the ride mode from inside, you can change the trip details from here, then you can turn off the traction control from inside, and obviously you can pair your devices as well. Do not disturb and incognito mode. Why would you need that? Then you have basically the service schedule here. Performance record tells you what's the top speed, what's your timing like, and then software version. You can change the display setup, you can customize the widgets as well. So yes, this is a very loaded console, and obviously you can make it black as well because day night. Yeah, right now it's on auto, so that's why the color is what it is, but a lot of vibrations. Anyways, let's start riding right away. All right, let's turn on the scooter. Smooth, and off we go. No nonsense there. Now the thing is that they have actually taken the NTorq 125's engine, given it a bigger bore and a longer stroke to arrive at this 150cc engine, which actually is air cooled. No liquid cooling here. And straight off the bat, let me tell you, it's actually quite peppy, and I like the fact there's a tachometer here, which is also quite fantastic. So there is a bit of crampedness which I'm feeling here because the space isn't the best for someone as tall as me, but the scooter is easy to ride, and even on these rough patches of road, it's actually quite compliant, which is quite surprising. I thought the ride would not be great, but they have not gone for a stiff suspension setup here. Instead, they've gone for something which is quite compliant, and because it's a CVT, it behaves like one. 7,000 RPM stuck, and that's how it goes. Performance is actually quite nice, but we are right now in street mode, which has just like 10.9 horsepower. Yeah, less horsepower, and the iGo electric assist is not available in street mode, which is a bit disappointing as well. And look at me doing 90 kilometers per hour already. So yes, performance is quite likable here. It feels quite punchy as well. So this 150cc engine is making 10.9 horsepower in street mode, but in the race mode, which I can activate by pressing this button, it produces 13.5 horsepower and 14.2 newton meters of torque, out of which 0.7 newton meters is actually coming from the iGo electric assist. And oh my god, did I just see a Defender 130? Yes, I did. So yeah, they should have given the iGo electric assist in street mode as well, considering it really needs it there. And trust me, you can instantly feel there's a huge difference in terms of the performance of the scooter as soon as you come into the race mode, because it feels so much more sprightly and powerful. Oh my goodness, I can feel the additional grunt from the motor. Feels so fast. Hi auntie. Yeah, it feels so much more faster now. Engine has the brap feeling, so engine also sounds nice, but obviously it's having a lot of wind blast, which you can hear almost everywhere at these lower speeds. Also a lot of wind blast, kind of surprising. Brakes are nice here. The only problem is it has a single channel ABS, which means that under heavy braking the rear will definitely lock up. I don't understand the concept only of single channel ABS. It should be banned. Dual channel ABS for the win. Rear drums now, so rear brakes not the best. Fronts are good and strong, communicative as well. Now this is not a very stiff scooter, because of which ride and handling harness is good. It's quite flickable. It's not as stiff and agile as say the Yamaha Aerox or even the Aprilia SR 150 for that matter. The Aprilia is just so much better in terms of riding fun, but I will definitely not discount TVS here, because they've got a great balance between ride and handling, which is absolutely phenomenal. Which actually brings me to the pricing of the scooter. This one starts at rupees 1.31 lakhs going up to 1.41 lakhs on road Mumbai. Meanwhile, the 125 starts at rupees 1.02 lakhs going all the way to rupees 1.24 lakhs. So you pay slightly more money for a lot more performance, which is completely worth it. Honestly, total bang for the buck here. They've got the pricing right, they've got the dynamics right, they've got almost everything right here, which is fantastic. Yeah, I quite like the scooter. It's so punchy and peppy. Yeah, look at this. It accelerates with a lot of enthusiasm, doesn't hesitate one bit in giving you the punch. Nice. Okay, let's take a turn. The Defender 130 is also honking and telling me to move. Meanwhile, that taxi guy was sleeping. Anyways, let's see what's the top speed it does, because I think it will hit 110 probably. So here we go. It's the time to race. Revving to 6,000 RPM, stuck there. I have to go down a bit, so that obviously better aero efficiency. And is the electric boost over? I guess so, because it's saying nothing there. And did we hit 100 kilometers per hour? We're almost there. We're almost reaching there. Come on. 100. Yes! What an achievement! 103, 104, 105, 106, 107. That's it. It will not go any further. So that's the top speed of this scooter,
which is actually decent. The scooter feels very light. This scooter feels very light, just 115 kgs of weight, so feels very light and feels a bit hairy at higher speeds because the front is dancing all over the place. So you need to have really heavy fists, so that, not fists, arms, so you can put some weight at the front. The front lacks weight completely, but that's a bit of fun as well, because that brings unpredictability into the equation, that you're counter correcting it completely. No, it really doesn't help. Your scooter is all over the place, honestly, from eco to power mode. So depending on your throttle position, it actually changes. So here I leave the throttle, it comes into eco, get on the throttle, it comes into power mode. Doesn't hit the red line of 10,000 rpm ever. Let me brake and try and get some energy into the battery. No, did not work there. Come on. No, not helping here at all. Whew. So 5.8, oh, there we are with the boost, which I can instantly feel as well. So this scooter is actually having a 5.8 liter fuel tank capacity, which is decent. But what's the point? That EV has just overtaken me. What the flub, bro? I'm trying to push this and you're just flying away like that. EV. So where was I? Yeah, I was telling you about the fuel tank capacity. Actually, this motorcycle scooter will return a mileage of around 35 kilometers per liter, which ain't bad. What is this? Jupiter everywhere, Jupiter. TVS meet is happening there. That's an Expulse, thankfully. You know what TVS should do? They should offer rear disc in another variant, another top end variant with rear disc and dual channel ABS. I'm sure people will be ready to pay rupees 10,000 more for that. Probably, I don't know. I'm guessing that's like 8% of the price of the scooter, which is actually quite a lot. There's a lot of traffic all of a sudden, but I have ridden this scooter out on the highway. Wrong place to do it, because this is more about flying in the city, and that's the advantage of a CVT gearbox. You get on the throttle and it instantly pushes you ahead. Scooters are very difficult to outrun, even if you have a sports car in the city, because most scooter riders now, they don't modulate the throttle. They just go woo, full throttle. This has traction control, by the way. Why does it have traction control? I have absolutely no clue. Does it need traction control? Absolutely not. For what? For around 13.5 horsepower, you need traction control. To do what exactly? Cut power. Where is the power to cut in the first place? Speed breakers, I can jump because obviously it's comfy there. Ground clearance is decent, and this is a very nice scooter for the city because it performs exceptionally well in the city without a doubt, and you can take it out on the highway as well. So it's a mixed breed. Basically, being an automatic is the real convenience of buying a scooter, because most people are like, oh, city traffic, you don't want to shift so many gears and be on the clutch all the time. And in that regard, I think this is one of the better scooters out there. Just don't get an Activa, such an overrated scooter. But then the 150cc segment is in a different consideration set completely, because not everybody wants so much performance from the scooter, but this TVS definitely delivers in abundance. Beautiful scooter, nice to ride, a lot of fun as well, and I really enjoyed. Around the corners too, you can just push it. Obviously it's not very sharp, but it feels so engaging to ride. What a scooter. Beautiful work done by TVS here. I absolutely like it. I just wish it was a bit louder, or probably my helmet is a bit better insulated today. Otherwise I would definitely want something which is louder, and it's louder. Dude, what are you doing? And honking me. Oh, auntie, forgivable. She's coming out of the gate full throttle, like full beans. Bro, this is my corner, let me take it in peace. And on that disappointment, it's time to end. Thank you. Okay, auntie, let me stop. You please go. Unpredictability. I am not against women, but most of the times when someone does something weird on the road, it happens to be a woman. Coincidence or not, I don't know. Bye bye.